Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastically well. It is Connor here, and we are back with the Rumour Mill. I hope you're enjoying the content. Recently, we are putting another video out on the Leeds Fan Channel today. Make sure you go over there and check out all the latest Leeds United news. I take suggestions from Patreon members at the start of each week, and I try cultivate, I try curate, I try make 2 videos per week on top of the normal content that I put on the channel. It's just a little bit of a thank you for you guys investing into the channel, which I do really appreciate it. You're all little shareholders, that's how I see it, and I really appreciate it. It helps me run the channel. I'm currently in the process of trying to get a new microphone, which is a really good microphone. That's the investment that you guys have put into the channel. As I say, it all goes straight back in to what I'm doing, so thank you. So yeah, any bonus content, head on over there. But I'm going to be speaking today a little bit about Leeds United. I'm going to try to touch over 3 or 4 topics that are trending on the Leeds United sphere. And to kick off, it looks like Manchester City, everybody. We were speaking about it last night on the Erling Haaland video about a potential bid. It is solidified information today that Manchester City have put an undisclosed fee to Leeds United for Kalvin Phillips. Now, I was saying last night, if you did miss the content, you might have been busy, you might have been doing stuff. I did say last night that the implementation, the recruitment at Manchester City might attract a Kalvin Phillips even further, because, you know, when you sign in Erling Haaland, when you potentially got Kevin De Bruyne there supplying that line, when you potentially win the Champions League, the League Cup, you know, the Premier League, the FA Cup, which is all definitely a possibility for Manchester City next season, that is going to be attractive for Kalvin Phillips. My personal opinion, I think we're going to lose Kalvin Phillips this window. I've said it before. Wasn't sure a couple of weeks ago. I thought maybe he'll stick around, but from what I've heard, from what we've all heard on the Twitter sphere and on the via the news outlets and the Man City side of things, that's probably the more telling sign. You know, obviously, you know, I work within the Manchester sphere as well, and it's very pressy on that side that not even Marc is who they're going after significantly. It is Kalvin Phillips. Kalvin Phillips looks like who they're going for now, and Marc might be that third and final signing, but I think they've had 3 targets this window, or 4 targets if you involve Julian Alvarez, who was already signed, sealed and delivered. Kalvin Phillips is definitely on that list. So it's going to be a real task for Leeds to keep him. Now, if we just transition straight into Marc Roca, who it looks like Leeds United are going to be signing at the end of the week for €12 million, which is a great deal for Leeds United. There's rumours that he's going to be on between 40 to 50 grand a week. There's some rumours that he might even press the 60 grand a week. Looks like Leeds United have beaten Sevilla, West Ham, Real Betis and West Ham. I don't know if I said West Ham twice there. I think I did. But yeah, and Frankfurt as well. That's why I got West Ham, Frankfurt, West Ham, Betis and Sevilla to the signature of Marc Roca. Apparently Sevilla were highly into the Bayern Munich midfielder as well, which is great to hear. It's great to hear that Leeds United are able to move on and they're able to compete with these clubs, even though we finished 17th in the division, where someone like Marc Roca might think, what on earth, why would I go there? But there's clearly a project which is being sold. I do think this is a little bit different to the Junior Firpo signing. I do think this signing is a decent one. Was a little bit nervy about it at the start, but after doing a lot of research, after as I say to you guys every time, after speaking to people, after watching a couple of bits of him at Espanyol as well, where really he was at the peak of his pomp, really, I'm a little bit more convinced that I'm going to be getting onto a player profile on my Patreon account today. That's the video that's going to be out today. So if you guys want more detail on Marc Roca, go over there, and I'm going to get into what I think a little bit. But ultimately, I still think Leeds United need another 2 midfielders on top of Marc Roca if we are to sell Kalvin Phillips. There's an argument, even if Kalvin Phillips was to stay, we still need 2 more midfielders. And obviously a midfielder can comprise of a 6 or an 8. So, yeah, with those 2, it's really interesting because several sources are saying that we're going to add another one after Marc Roca. And if Kalvin Phillips is to go, this is an absolute necessity, everybody. We cannot be naive going into this season with a double pivot. Marc Roca plays very nicely as well in a 4-2-3-1 system. It's a very easy formation for him to sort of dictate in that defensive midfield in. So that's really beneficial, but you need someone of a smooth operator next to him to provide that balance. And if that balance isn't provided, that double pivot, that defensive double pivot is simply not going to work. A lot of people are talking about Matt Roca's deficiencies when it comes to his athleticism. I've said it on this channel, that's something I'd be a little bit worried about. However, it's not like he's a weak footballer. It's not like he doesn't have the attributes to suit the Premier League. And there's so many examples in the Premier League of players who aren't physically imposing and athletic in the defensive midfield role. So that's helped me out a little bit mentally when it's come to Marc Roca. I do think he'll fit quite nicely, and he's 6 foot tall as well. We're not talking about a diminutive defensive midfielder. So that's a real positive. So yeah, that's great. And I think, yeah, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown on the Patreon on exactly what I think. But I think this guy is going to be a good acquisition. But it's what Leeds do next. It's because as I said, I think Calvin will go. So then it's what do we do? Do we just bring in one midfielder on top of that, and is that Leeds done? It's worrying me a little bit that we're not looking at left backs at the minute. We're hearing nothing. Obviously there was Kai Wagner of Philadelphia Union. That's gone completely quiet. We've heard as well Dagner at Strasbourg yesterday was mentioned, but he's more of a right back. Do we need another right back? It looks like there's no rumours of Cody Drame leaving Leeds United, so maybe that's going to be the supplementary to Christensen and Luke Ayling. So if that is the case, there is absolutely no need to go and get another right back. Ola Aina was someone I was talking about, and that's only purely because he's versatile. He can play central midfield, left back, right back, you know, and he has played at a decent level, a really good level where we could utilise his rotation. So that's one that I thought was a low-risk signing and a decent signing. Dagner at Strasbourg, he's a right back. He's a right back and he'll want to start. So, and he's had a little bit of an indifferent season in the French league. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But Leeds need to be looking at left backs as well. But the Calvin Phillips development is going to be really interesting. You do wonder if Leeds are going to hold off until that's done, so Leeds can actually play around with that money if that is to be the end case. Tati Castellanos, going on him again. Apparently Leeds are front runners. Now this is one, I think this is one Leeds have to get done. Leeds have to get done. He's a real profile signing. He's everything that you'd want in a striker. He's everything that you'd want in a striker. We've gone through once again a lot of his attributes on the Patreon account. We've had a discussion on him, but he's perfect for Leeds United right now, and I'm praying we don't miss out on him and maybe go for a Junior Adamu. I know he's played for Salzburg. I know he's in that system. I get it, but I'd rather move away from that at points. And I think Castellanos is that perfect profile, to be quite honest with you. So hopefully we move on that. Leeds are allegedly the front runners ahead of West Ham and Newcastle, looking to seal it for 12 million. Let's wait and see, but let's hope that one gets done. Hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Make sure you leave your comments in the section below. As always, like, subscribe, and head over to the Patreon if you found some bonus content. I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.